I just kind of wanted to start off with kind of saying a bit about myself, is that I've been really lucky to grow up in Brighton. I've got an absolutely fantastic state education system. My primary schools were fabulous. I went to a great high school, and our college system is great. In Brighton we have 2 outstanding colleges. However, while I've been able to benefit from a lot of our previous Labour government kind of investments in education, since the Conservatives have come in, I've definitely seen a decline. We've seen less teaching assistants, and, which is a major issue when we've got much bigger classes, and also we've seen such an increase in testing. I was actually one of the last years to do Key Stage 3 SATs, which, while unlucky for me to be the last one, all the years after me, you just kind of saw a relief in them. There's so much testing put upon young people now that you just see there's so much anxiety in the classroom. People aren't enjoying their education anymore. We're just being put down to numbers. The importance is you're a number. What number you create is what is important. It's demeaning to the students, and not only the teachers, which are being told, if you're not getting this number, you're not doing your job properly, which isn't the way education should be put out. Also, I kind of feel like when I was at college, I went to Basvic, which was great. We had strikes because they were massively increased the number of students coming in, which is, while it's a fantastic college and we want to provide everyone with an education, the teachers were just being stretched beyond their means. You're seeing longer teaching days. The giant classes now. I was so lucky to have a very small politics class, which meant we could have discussions in class. It wasn't, we did the whole curriculum, but it wasn't set in stone. We didn't have to we made the grades obviously, because we got good grades, but this shows that you don't need a certain form of formal teaching to get students to do well. What I saw was a passionate teacher, and we were passionate as well because he was so excited about imparting his own knowledge onto us. And I think this is what's being removed with a lot of what the Conservatives are doing, by saying we just want these numbers. We're being given kind of very rigid forms of teaching, and a kind of almost boogeyman I felt amongst teachers and students was the word Ofsted. And I feel like everyone remembers kind of the bit of the doom and gloom that kind of came along when Ofsted were coming to the school. You kind of saw all the classes kind of quieten down, and kind of the way of people didn't want to speak up, the teachers didn't want to divert too much from their set rules, and kind of while we learned, we weren't interested in learning, we weren't kind of told to be creative in how we learn. And I think this is kind of removing the passion and the joy that people have. Education is an investment, it's an investment in people's futures. We want people to be creative, we want people to be passionate about what they're learning, and this is completely being taken away. The Conservatives are trying to turn education into a business. Education isn't a business, we're not numbers. And I think back to my notes. By just reducing the people to numbers, you kind of, I actually dropped out of university last year, and this was because I could already see that it was just turning into a business. I saw myself as just a number to the university, and I don't want younger people to feel like this. You don't want college students and secondary school students to just see themselves as numbers. I tutor quite a lot of children in Key Stage 3 and GCSE, and all I see is this girl is crying because she thinks she's not good enough when she is, but she's just being told again and again through tests that she's not doing good enough, she should be doing more, she should be doing much more, and she should look at the number she's getting, and that's what's important to her. I think it's awful that you've got so many students not wanting to go to school because that's all they see. They only see their self-worth as in the number they're getting. The Conservatives keep going about how kind of looking at the Asian style of education, but in countries such as South Korea, you've got the highest rate of child suicide, child anxiety levels, and it's this is not what you want to tell students that education is. And not only is this affecting the students, but teachers as well are going off from stress. I had a father who taught in Brighton for 20 years, but however I just saw him, he loved teaching. Teachers don't teach because it's a job, they teach because they're passionate about it. You don't want them to lose this passion. And I just saw him he was doing 7 till 7 days, and kind of eventually it led to him, he now works abroad, but I see him enjoying teaching again. And I feel like, as Kevin said, we're losing teachers. We don't have enough teachers, and now people my age don't want to become teachers because all they see is the stress. Fantastic, passionate teachers are going off from stress, they can't do their jobs properly. We're having this brain drain of teachers, and I think both these stress levels are passing on to teachers and students, and kind of ways of thoughts are the Labour Party needs to kind of remove Ofsted in a way. I think put it back down to local things. We want parents to be involved. Parents know what's best for their children. They are vital as well. Also look to the children. Children also know what they like and don't like. Of course, okay, they don't want to go to school 9 till 5. Like, and increasing the school days is just gonna, I don't know, I can't believe they want to increase the school days because children are already trying so hard. And sorry, I'm really rambling right now, but
It's fine.
yes. Kind of the thing of it's like, by turning education into a business, we're telling people that their futures aren't important. There is no limit to the amount of investment we should put into people's futures and the people who are giving people these futures. So I think overall we need to get people excited about education. Yeah, we don't want anyone not to want to go to school because they don't want to teach and they don't want to learn. And I think the Labour Party really needs to step up and say, okay, we're going to provide everything you need to be able to teach properly. Okay, if you're not great at maths and science, we're going to help you, but look at all these vocational courses you can go to as well. It's not the be-all end-all if you don't go to uni. It's not the most important thing for you to do in your life. You've got to do what's important to you. Let's find the subject that you're passionate about, and let's really nurture that with you as well. And I think that goes, for both the students and the teachers, that there is, education is just such an important thing. People's futures are so important. And we just want to bring that passion back into it for everyone, so they each find what they're passionate about, and that's what they want to work hard to, not enforcing them to meet these standards that some people just can't reach. You want to be able to find the passion. I say passion so many times nowadays. But we want to be able to provide the means that each child can find what's important to them, and they really, really get to do that. And that the teachers have the means to be able to help them do that, because that's what teachers want. They want to be able to teach children. They don't want to force them. And like I was saying, I think all teachers are absolutely fabulous. They do this job because they want to create a great future for everyone else who wants to learn. So I think that's